Good night. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Ha ha ha. Oh boy, what a night. What a night, people. Trust me, tonight have been a very, very rough evening. Tonight's show. And we're off to a very late and rocky start, really. I hope you are hearing me from wherever you are. Let me welcome you to this another night of the Saudichress show. And also, a very, very big apology. Probably you have been tired for me to apologizing, but we had some technical difficulties. I had earlier Mr. Keith Wellington. He was online, but there was some difficulty with the audio. And so we have tried our best. Unfortunately, he was unable to stay on just now, but he promised to come back in about 10:15 whereabout. I must say that he's actually having some overseas coaches at States right now, actually dealing with some scholarships for, young footballers, young student athletes. However, he promised that he will come on if we don't get enough time with Mr. Wellington tonight. He has actually promised to ensure that he will be on for Monday night. So, again, let me apologize. We're half an hour late. I am really sorry. And if you're hearing me, if you're hearing and seeing me clearly, people, I will just ask you to let me remove my cap just now. Just ask you to signal to me in the chat if you are hearing me clearly. And we have a bit to discuss. We can have our good discussion. There are some really touchy situations that we want to look at tonight. We expected that, we would have Mr. Wellington live at direct. So we would have some fruitful discussions, hot topics that I believe many of you want to hear. And of course, many of you want to discuss and to hear from Mr. Wellington himself. However, the show will continue, and I will say to you that in a little while, I'm sure that he will come on and he will give us his piece. And so I'll continue to ask you to share in the chat as well as, participating in whatever way. The numbers for you to call, as you are seeing on screen, is 423, and let me just use this one first. We'll just use the 501-6625 tonight. We have to, be caution of our issues that we're having. All right, Boopy, thank you very much for you hearing me loud and clear, and I hope that everybody is hearing me loud and clear and are seeing as well. So, I'm happy that we are here and you stuck to the task. You waited, and so I am still hopeful that we'll have Mr. Keith Wellington on for tonight. But let us look at or some classic topics that we want to look at. Of course, the Premier League is back. Arsenal fans are very joyful. Unfortunately, some of us can't hold up our heads high or talk too loud about our teams, especially my team here. I don't speak a lot about the Premier League, really, in terms of pushing my team. I think by now everybody would have known my team is Liverpool, and I still support a Liverpool team. But for now, I'm taking the back seat as it relates to that, because I have my own views, and especially the way things are going just now. So, again, continue to support your team, whichever team that is. I know that some of us really and truly want to, see like a Arsenal winning the Premier League. Yes, the Arsenal fans, I'm sure that you are up and about and ready to see Arsenal, pulling the Premier League or holding that Premier League. However, there are some teams like, Chelsea not doing so well, which is expected. Liverpool, Tottenham, is a on and off thing with Tottenham. Yes, we can allude to that, but we also understand the nature of the game and how we get to continue to support our team. I'm sure that many of us will continue. My good friend Boopy is in the house. He will continue to bring the Liverpool team up, right, Boopy? And, as I said before, it's not so much the players or the team, on a bigger picture that I have a problem with. I think right now our fancied coach is not, coaching as how I expected. You understand me? That's my own view. And because of that, I think we should really, go away with the coach. But I mean, it's good. We probably need to give him a little more time. There are some things I believe, especially in the boardroom, it's not going, where we expected. But guess what? It is the coach responsibility, in my own view, to coach and to change things in matter way. I am totally aware of the fact that he probably needed some other aspect, to get the things going. Like, for example, I'm sure that he probably needs some players, and his own, what would I say, would not have been giving him that, quality players or transfer money, as we would say, for him to dip into the market, so he could really get himself going. But that's the nature of it, and I strongly believe that, as a coach, you have to make some changes. If this is what you have, it is what you have. So, it's full time that we really look into that aspect of Liverpool. That's just for me. Now, I tell you, I've seen our two list of schoolboys team, which represent all Manning and all the Costa Cup teams. And these teams, of course, over the years, we normally have the All Da Costa Cup, All Manning competition. I guess for a number of years that has gone, through the window. It has come again. I believe it was a late draw. I remember one particular fan from the, our guest from the show spoke about that. And also, we, I've heard people asking for the All Manning. I can clearly remember a few weeks ago, Mr. Stewart himself continued to ask what happened to the All Manning All Da Costa Cup. But, people, it's never too late for a shower of rain. It is here, but there are some some level of discussion surrounding that All Manning All Da Costa Cup. But if there are any the Costa Cup or Manning Cup coach who is on set now, I would love for you to call the show. Let us have a discussion around that. And, we believe that, of course, you will get an opportunity to let your voice be heard. Hopefully, again, Mr. Wellington himself will join us in a little while. That will help to, sort of bring some closer, so to speak, to the fact of the matter that some selection may not go the way that we expected it to. However, people, the reality is there will also be some level of biasness. That's what we think most of the time. But, it is the nature of the game, eh? And, we want to really help to see how we can, bring that change through voice. But as one coach I heard mention, doesn't matter what you say at this time, people, it will not change. Well, guess what? Nothing. It's a try. We have to try. We have to continue. Let our voice be heard. And unfortunately that we don't have Mr. Wellington now, and I'm sure he will try to join us later on. We'll try to get him there. But let me see if I can read. I will try and actually place the list or the list of players for the All Manning and All Da Costa Cup teams. So I'll try and place that on set in a little while, and we'll have a discussion around that. There are some schools who have, a lot of their players' names would have been submitted, while some team doesn't get enough looking, right? So again, if there's any coach, any present Da Costa Cup coach here, please just share with us. Give us an idea of how you believe that these, players were selected, or how it should have been selected, let us have a discussion around that, because that's a hot topic, you know. That's a really hot topic coming out, and we have to look carefully on that. Again, with that in mind, also we have the National Under 17 squad. I think it is a squad of, I think, 25 or 28 people in. I would try and also get Mr. Coach Vass Reynolds, just to give us a little idea of how many players are there in the camp. So I'll try and talk to him about that. Hopefully that he will come on board, just to give us an insight of the number of, players you have in camp right now. Yeah, we won't be interviewing him as such, but just to give us an insight of what is happening, right here in the under 17 preparation for. I've also seen a clipping where there are a number of players from a particular, what would you say now? A particular, wow, how could I get this one? A particular academy has been, I would not say bar, but withhold, from being a part of the under 17 team. I'm sure that is done because of, differences with the different coaches and so on. But we really have to look into that in a different way. So, go. But now, people, I'm going to put the list of the the All-Manning Cup team. The All-Manning Cup team. So let me get that, and then we can really have a discussion around that. Many people, as I said, there is a belief, so to speak. Where is that now? Believe it should have been better. Right, where is that squad that I am looking for? Oh, not this one. Okay, right. But as I say, it's a selection. It will always look away to some people. But we don't have all the answers. We don't have all the answers, and we'll try to, dig deeper into it. So for now, let's take it as it is, and we'll have a discussion around that. So especially for those who follow the Manning Cup, just give me your views on this, and we'll take it right there. So on screen now, yes, we provide the list of the names of persons who were selected for the All-Manning team. All right. So I will take it through, and you can have your say on it as well. So we see, is that what now? 22 players. And let me read the caption for you if you're unable to see it clearly. But it says that in the Inter-Secondary Schools Association, ISSA will conclude its 2022-23 schoolboy football competition with the return of the much anticipated All-Manning Cup versus Al Dacosta All-Stars game at the National Stadium on Saturday, January 14. That's 2023. That's next Saturday. All right. Which is scheduled to start at 6 p.m. Will be preceded at 4 p.m. by a presentation of awards to the outstanding teams and individuals from the season. So again, looking out for that. At 4, there will be some presentation. I don't know how those awards or how those players that will be presented would have actually merit such a award. We don't know. So again, coaches, I know that this year for sure, I can say this, that with Mr. Wellington as president and what transpired for this school year, this Dacosta Cup season, and I think it started from last year, where Mr. Wellington and his team has created a sort of inclusive relationship among all stakeholders. And I say that to say that because in the past, you wouldn't have this close communication thing as it relates to coaches and ISSA itself. I think there's a coach, and I think, yes, there's a coaches WhatsApp group that all coaches are a part of. And so that was well. I mean, people get a chance to voice their opinion in and among the coaches, and also information that reaches the coaches very, very soon. Not just through the media that people will hear over time or for the past couple of years, but this time coaches get first-hand information through ISSA via the WhatsApp group. So I think that was a very good one. Overall, that helps to bring the thing to respect. All right. So we have 2 goalkeepers been selected for this. One from Mona, one from JC. So that JC keeper Rowe, right, and Bernard from Mona. Those are the 2 keepers that are selected for the all-manning team. Defenders, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 defenders. Am I count it right? Or 7? Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 defenders. And 2 of those defenders are from JC. Or 3 of those defenders. We have Graham, Blake, and Davidson. Those are defenders from JC. From Mona, we also have Mitchell, another defender. As forwards, we have a number of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 strikers are forwards. So we have Lynch, that's Javier Lynch from JC. We also have Aldridge from JC. Yes, Aldridge is a very good player. From KC, we have Dujan Richards. And you know who that man Dujan Richards is. All right. We also have from Mona, Zion Pinnock, very good youth. And completed 3 from Stats. We have Salman, we have Reed, and we have Stachel. Stachel, a very, very, very slicky player. In midfield, we also have the man they call Payne from ISSA, another good youth. JC has 2 midfielders in that, in Bennett and Wilson from the midfield. We also have Whitfield from Mona from midfield. So Mona have seen quite a number of players in the All-Manning Cup team too. So from Georges, is that Georges? No, St. Catherine. Very good. St. Catherine High, have seen Ellis. I don't know that little one, but I think Catherine have some very good players this year. Even though they have come out empty-handed, but that's the nature of the game. Nicoy Gale from Stats. I guess that's one of Stats' engine is also there in midfield. And from Tivoli, that's Daniel Watson. So people, let me know what you think. All right. So in the meantime, let me take a few from the chat. I have not gone there yet. So Gregory Messam, Ital greetings, Skippy Dippy, checking in. Respect Messam. I mean, Damian Morrison. Big up yourself, Mr. Morrison. Good night. Good night, also. Bless up yourself. All right. So, Mr. Lee, good night. You Somalin, blessings to Saudichress family. Bless up every one of you. I mean, man. Tariq, my brethren Gibbs out of Bahamas. Good night, all. Buppy Brown, yes, I was asking. Hearing you loud and clear. That's so nice. RR, as usual. Up to Captain Saudi. P-Bass squad. You sure I'm here, Captain? Hey, listen to me, be careful, RR. We have the skipper here, Our Gibbs, why you think it's Klopp at fault, Saudi? All right. I'm going. Let me just go through the other chats and then I give you my view. Mr. Terry, I wonder if he's a Liverpool man to talk before me say anything more, because me can't take it flagging so early. All right. So Gibbs, yes, I say that because what I have seen in Liverpool team over the past 4 years, and I say 4 years, Buppy and Shangul and some people may talk Liverpool football fan, football information, which can tell you. For a coach at this level, a top coach, I can't see a team making 1 or 2 mistakes every single game, and that can't be corrected. I can't see how Liverpool, for a big side with big defenders, at one stage they were the best defending team in Europe, having conceded early in almost 13 games straight. I think once they go about 11 games straight, they concede first, and they conceded early in the first 10 minutes. You know, as a little coach, as a man who watch football, I believe if I say that first thing, I'm not going to start this game high. I have to flow and see it because they're going high. The teams know how Liverpool play. So if you're going to just trying to blow down everybody as the game just starts and leave yourself open, that is the result. Changes, man. And I think that is coaching. Big time. All right. So RR, they move off late and deciding this Aldi and all money. Yes, I believe that too. All right. Terry Robinson, Klopp sold Wellington and Sadio Mane. And they don't replace them all. Well, they replace Sadio Mane, but Wellington has not yet been replaced. Chelsea not doing so hot either. Yeah, that is true. I think with Chelsea, I would rather some of the Chelsea fans say something on that, because me can't take it trouble. But really, I think what happened to the Chelsea fans or the Chelsea team, it's a mixture of things. It's a mixture because the coach himself, he needs time. And I think, I may be wrong, but I think this job is too big for the coach. It come too early for him. So if he's the coach right there and then, I believe he needs time. So give him some more time. I will do with that. Klopp get enough time. Klopp did 7 years now. Fair do better. And personally, not as a fan, but if you believe and if you look into certain things, big man, I've seen Klopp as a coach giving away 2 Champions League and 2 Premier League since him there. Trust me. I've been saying that long time ago. Not just now. But as I say, one day the bucket go away, one day the bottom go drop out. Yeah, man. And at the same time, leave Japa River bottom, it go rat, And that take Liverpool right now. That's just my view. Right? And if you are thinking, football and tactically, you would have seen that too. All right, so that's where I see it. Again, I think Klopp just needs some young, fresh legs. For me, he's still one of the best in the business. And I'm not saying no, I'm not saying he's not one of the best coach. But you see, to me, if you want to be a big coach or a best coach for me right now, you have to be able to rethink, to recharge, have plans A, plan B. Klopp now have no plan B, brother. Anytime Klopp change his system when things gone down to the bones, him try something else. No, you need to readjust. Every team make a plan for a game, not Klopp. All right, people, while you are there, trust me, if you have not yet subscribed, please do so. And also, please hit the like button. The like button is very, very important, or the likes is very important. All right, so he doesn't have players to play his signature style of so if these players cannot play what you want, you have to play what the players have. The type of players you have to work with them. There's no two ways about that. So there you go again. Right? You didn't burn out. Yeah, man, they must burn out. You can't play heavy metal football for 5 and 6 years. Alright, so you Smalling, yeah, me boss. We Chelsea at, what's that? Not doing so well at all. But still my team. Yeah, man, and that's very important. You have to back your team. Me still back Liverpool, but me not back your coach. Until me can see him make that change, until willing to change, or should I say, adjust his style of football, then so. You see, again, another part with Liverpool. Sadio Mane was one of the best pressing footballer we have, believe it or not. If you want to call it, so you don't talk about Genge press. Coach Taffy come in, help me out, no, man. And Wellington was one of them too. And you get rid of those people and you don't really factor into it. Trust me, you will pay. So these are the little things I'm talking about, people. It takes too long for my coach Klopp to make adjustments. Good? All right. RR saying that Tariq, you so right. See, Gunners told the heavy metal style. Yes, Gunners is working. They have been working for a number of. Arteta have been doing his job. Let me tell you something. Arteta did something in the summer while he was coaching, a coaching session. And you know what Arteta did? Arteta had the Liverpool anthem playing at his training session. Pan loudspeaker. Yes. And the players run to it, they dance to it, they play. You know what he was trying to do? Getting climatized to Anfield. Because you know when that anthem starts sing at Anfield, you know, team dead. So that's what he was trying to do. And if you notice, he used it against Liverpool in that first game. Even though I think that game they kind of tricky, you know. That game they should at least draw, trust me. Arsenal was lucky in that game. They played the better football by far, but they were lucky to come away with the blame. All right. Dallas Harris, blessings to you and the panel. Boy, Dallas, right now, I don't have a panel, but I'm still hoping and praying that at 10 or 10:15, Mr. Wellington can join us. All right. Again, still looking on. Are you smiling with Chelsea? History of high-profile coaches. How did Potter get that job? Them not willing to spend no big money on a coach right now, my boss. Trust me. Yeah, man. Chelsea, I know it's your team, my brother. I know Gibbs. All right, so that's it. So, people, anybody want to call to make anything as it relates to this sorry, I keep saying under, but it's the All Manning Cup team or All Manning Cup squad. All right. If not, I will just go over to see if I can really get the Costa Cup squad in. I believe that is the squad that you are waiting on. That is what people are waiting on to call. And so give me a few people. Let me see if I can get that squad in. Right? Because that's how it is. And I continue to believe that that is the way you want to see it. You want to see the Costa Cup. But I'm coming with it. That's what we are close to. So again, we will get the Alda Costa Cup squad in for the time being. So let we have it. The Alda Costa Cup coming up. I hope you are waiting for it and you decided that you want to make your contribution, because this is very tricky. This is a tricky one. And this is where I've been hearing a whole lot of argument surround that, right? A whole lot of arguments around that Alda Costa Cup team. So we're going to get into that, and hopefully that you will be here to share your view. So for the Alda Costa Cup team, no, not that one. Yes. Trying. So again, the number for you to call is 501-6625. Yes. 501-6625 for that, for calling. So I'm still awaiting you to call. 18. All right. Okay, so here we should go now with that Alda Costa Cup team. Good. Wonder if you're able to see. Let me see if I can get it bigger and better. Wow. Where are you? Yes, people. So that's the Alda Costa Cup All Manning. Alda, we showed the All Manning before, and so this is the Alda Costa Cup team, our squad that is expected to play All right. So if you're able to see it now, the window capture 2. So look at it, people. Please take as much view as you can, because I want to hear you at this time. I really want to hear you on this part of it. So get it right, digest it, and don't be afraid, man. Come, let me hear what you have to say. Help me out on this one, please. Oh boy. Hey, people are easy, trust me. Boy, I tell you. Let me see if I can get this one proper. All right. Nobody want to call? Well, text. Even the text has gone. I'm gonna sleep, man. Come on, people. All right. So let me take you through the All the Costa Cup squad while you digest it. I think you're looking at something more of a reasoning behind the selection, I suppose, because I know you're smart people. You think a lot. All right. So here we have again players. Oh boy, I've seen one name just keep popping up in this squad. And this is where I think a lot of people have an issue with. All right, so who is this now? So Mr. Daniels, Romario Daniels, one of the one of two goalkeepers from Clarendon College, the other one from Stets. Morgan from Stets. I don't know. I've not seen much of that keeper from Stets, but you also know that it's not because the teams actually made it to the top of the league. Well, they should get a pick. You have teams, I think there's a particular team in this who have not made it out of the first round, but yet still they have a selection. So, may understand, so everything has spread, right? Everything has spread. We can't look on it all the time that way. So, we have the defenders now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defenders. This is interesting, man. 5 defenders. And from the 5 defenders, we have Gordon from Central. We have McNeil from Clarendon College. We also have Hodges from Clarendon College. We also have Jones from Clarendon College. So from the 5 defenders, people, we have 3 defenders from Clarendon College. Am I getting it right though? Yes, 3 defenders from Clarendon College and 1 from Manchester. Hi. So we have the man from Manchester, his name is Lindsay. Yes. And of course, we really have to dive deeper. And to be honest, people, I am looking forward for your information. You probably know a lot of things. You probably heard from different people, from different coaches. You've probably been watching these players for a long time. I might very well get my brethren MG to come on to share some light on this. Yes, but for now, so we have Christopher Hull as one of the forwards from Clarendon College. We also have Dixon Good from Clarendon College. We also have Reed from Clarendon College. So 3 forwards there from Clarendon College. We have Giovanni Affleck from Dingtil, that 15-year-old boy who has scored many goals. He will deserve that, of course, as a forward. We have, as another forward, we have Marcus Reed from Clarendon College. Wow. And also done. Hey, listen, man, this squad has a lot of Clarendon College players. I'll soon get to that. I'm going to do the count. So from, what's that? No, I don't know that man name, but Manchester High man, that Carnegie guy. Yes, that's one of the forward too. And you also have Rodney from Mannings. We have Porter, big forward. I think he's probably cut above the rest in terms of forwards in the Doncaster Cup. Mr. Porter, I think, was he the top scorer in the Doncaster Cup? I think so. But, we can check that. I guess he and Affleck from Dingtil were the two high-scoring forwards. Hamilton also from Mannings. Yes, so we get some good players that coming out of Mannings. So we have Mannings providing 3 forwards, people. 3 forwards coming out of Mannings. Very good. All right. So Shane Garden from Central Eye is one of the midfield now. And we have Malachi Douglas from Clarendon College as a midfielder too. We have Thean Corper from Clarendon College. We have Clayton Peck from Edwin Allen. Go Clayton Peck, that's from the mighty Edwin Allen. Last year Ben Francis Cup finalist and winner, and this year Ben Francis finalist. So Mr. Peck make it out for Edwin Allen. Chadwick Hulcock from Fogar Roads. Yes, Fogar Roads have this forward. I've never seen him play, but I heard about him. So he got a little notching. Maybe he's a one-man team. He couldn't bring Fogar Roads forward, but him have something. So from Glenmuir, I think this is the first Glenmuir player we have seen there. David Reed. Interesting. I think that's the number 10. That's the man they call Sensei. All right, let's hear. We have Roshan Reynolds from Manchester High. So let's do a little big thing. All right, I'll big up Mannings. Are you a school? Or try from your parish? Big up yourself. All right. What Tariq is saying there. All right. Are you saying Klopp should change his style to play to suit the players at this disposal, or employ better tactics within a game situation to win more games? Everything we say right. And I just ask, everything that you have said, that's what you have to do. One, as what I'm saying, if you don't have the players to play your style, what will happen? Is either you come up with a system or a style that fit these players because you have them already. If not, you should be aggressive in the market to get the type of players that you want. And I'm saying this to say, Gibbs, because trust me, this never show up. Hey, you think I just when the competition start the show up, man? You would have seen it from pre-season, or even from the end of last year. All right. Press up the likes. Of course, RR, help me out there. Yeah, man, we need some more likes, people. We need some more likes. So please press them off. We have 23 people viewing our views. If that is so, that means we should have at least 20 likes. Let me see where we are. How much likes we have so far? Help me out there. All right. So again, we are expecting a lot more. Only 4 likes? Come on, people, man. Come on, right now. I'm going to take a minute and to pause. People, hit the like button. Yeah, man, hit the like buttons right away, people. Right away, because you know what happened? If you don't do that, the show not really make much. So, again, I'm saying that to say that there are a lot more that you can do, man. Hit the like button right away. I only have 4 likes. I can't continue with that, people. Come on, man. Come on. Wait, so your likes not coming up, Al? I think you have to change your system, or I don't know. Probably change your system, Al. I don't know. Change your phone, your tablet, or I don't know. Something right, because if you are able to participate, then you should be able to hit the like button. All right. Where's the invitation? All right. That's just the invitation list. All right. People coming and going. All right. So let's see what happened. Now, look back at the All Doncaster Cup squad. So, as I say, I heard the complaints. So, of Clarendon College, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Clarendon College players in the squad. Now, to be honest though, in all honesty, back in the days when we used to follow All Manning, All Dacaster Cup, the winning team always, provide the most players. Our most players always come from the winning teams. If you check, back to the days when Rossies, even the same Clarendon College, they used to provide most of those players, It is always always look biased. But it's not the first. It's not the first. And hopefully it is the last of it this way. But can we look past the 9 players that Clarendon College put out? But let us see. And I should not say put out. That comes from Clarendon College, because I don't think it's Clarendon College who put them in, per se. All right, but Manchester High have 1, 2, 3 players from Manchester High. Mannings also have 3, and those are 3 forwards. Central High, who is the finalists, have 2 players. Yes, 1 midfield. No, I know, I mean, I think a 2 player, and them probably have more than 2, 3. Them have Gordon, the defender, right? Them also have another Gordon, or Mark, no, let me get this right. Yes, so that's Henrik Gordon and Shane Gordon is also from the central team. I am sure that guy Stachwell was in it. Isn't that so? Stachwell. But no, oh sorry, I'm calling it, but Stachwell is a guy from Stats. Yes. So Gordon is the guy from Central. So 2. So when you look at 9 players from Clarendon College, the champion, and only 2 from the finalists, I think there's a little disparity there. Oh yes? Yes, Gibbs. I'm not sure. How are these players selected? Is it based on their stats throughout the season? I would have think so. But, really and truly, I'm not in a position to really answer that. And I really would have thought that the great man would have stayed with us. But as I said, it's all my fault, people. There was really, I don't know, I've been suffering in recent time with these technical issues. And, really, it is not an issue where I would say it's my system. It's between the internet and the app. More so, I think it's the internet, because when I started only through YouTube, my app was, and I have to actually restart. But right now, I'm seeing I'm giving excellent thing, so hopefully that it will continue to do that. All right. So I think the stats would have been the favorite thing. Plus, I think over the years also coaches used to come together and decide that. Well, if anybody here in the coaches group, can you highlight that for us? Let me know if you had an input into the selection process. Not so much selecting players from your team, but into the selection process. Mr. Douglas from Central, give me a shout. Taffy from Edinal, you're too close. Coaches close to me. Give me a call. Let me see what happened. And then you can, share that with me. Yes. So that's all I'm asking you for, people. Let me know what is happening. Let me know. All right. So we continue to monitor that. Hopefully that, you see, and as I say, in all fairness, we just have to try our best to understand what's happening. I don't know. Mr. Wellington would have been so good for us tonight. So good, but we had these technical issues. And because he's a very busy man, you can believe that he's actually having people with him now as it relates to some overseas scouts, coaches for scholarship. So I understand that, and I hope that it will work. All right, so the coaches in the coaches group could assist me. They could assist. All right, so what I am saying now, if you have not pleased with the system, you can just come and let me know. Yeah, man. Because you are closer to the system, people. You have watched the teams and the players, coaches. You have watched them right through. So if you could just, give us a little understanding, so to speak. Yes, we will fully, appreciate that. So, Coach Taffy, are you there? Should I call you? Can I call you, Coach Douglas? Talk to me. Coach Vasily, you want to get into this? Just let me know, please. All right, so we will try again to ensure that we have the boss here, Mr. Wellington. Right, so trying to get something out there in a little while. But definitely, I really and truly, I have to get some people out there to talk to it tonight. So, again, if you're not ready to talk that, or you're waiting until the big boss is here, all right, so some other person in the chat, that's all right. So, Errol, good evening, everyone. Evening, Errol, you're just joining. Respect, boss. Respect. If one team can have 9 players and not all the Costa Cup team, it means that dominated the team that. Okay, so you're saying that the team dominated the competition easily. Yes. Is that the case? Gibbs, let me tell you the truth. I am only saying that 9 players is enough, is too much, because it's from one team. But the Clarendon College team and players, I believe, dominated the Costa Cup. They do dominate the Costa Cup. And look at the big difference in the domination of the Costa Cup. Let me show you how I believe and how I will stick with dominating. They have won the Costa Cup without losing a game. Yes? And if my memory serves me right, they only drew one game. The game that they drew against Edwin Allen at Edwin Allen. So they have, what's the term that he used that Arsenal won Premier League some time ago? Is it invincible? Correct me if I'm wrong, people. Arsenal fans come out and say something. So they dominated the Costa Cup. The players did well. And I will say to you that you never have a forward in Clarendon College that are forward scoring many goals. The goals from Clarendon College basically come from all over the park. You get what I'm saying? So it's not a dependable sort of striker thing. As it relates to goals, they play like Man City last year, where you have people from all over scoring, not just the forwards, not just the top 3. And you see a difference now with Man City when them get them ace number 9, eh? What can we say about that, man? So yes, and say Smalling, Mr. Gibbs, yes, yeah, Gibbs, they were very dominant. Of course, they were. And that's the only way I would, give them the ad of having their 9 players. Maybe Coach Lenny could talk some more about this too. So I can't take anything away from them in terms of their selection. I would have hoped, though, that other team or other school players would have gotten a chance because they competed as well and probably did well, but not as good as Clarendon College. Alright, I want to ask Mr. Ellington How so many CARICOM players on one team? At 10 o'clock, I will give Mr. Wellington a call to see if he's ready for us. He asked me to give him a call on that time. All right? So stay tuned. Don't leave. I promise he will be back. No. The fact of the matter, though, people, the fact of the matter, we have to be very fair, you know. Yes, we have to be fair. And Clarendon College, and we're going to call Clarendon College right through the night. For a long time, I have not seen a team that is so dominant. Yes, Gibbs, 9 players still too much. I understand what you're saying. All right. RR, if a UWE came to attend and decide to go over boy, oh Lord. Maybe, you know, we'll try and get somebody from the JC contingent. Hopefully, the coach. Yes, man. So, if he will join us sometime in the future, very soon too, I will try to get him. And those questions you could get. That overseas thing, it's a very tricky one, sir. Very, very tricky one. All right. So, again, no coach want to speak to us. I wonder if I can get Coach Taffy online to have a few word, people. Let me hear his view. Okay. Let me see if Coach Taffy will come online for us. Okay. All right. All right, Sir Riri. I will send that to you for Coach Taffy. Still trying to get to him. Taffy. And Coach, if you're listening to me now, I'm not gonna get into your own personal feeling. That's not what I really want to call. I just want to hear, you know, somebody from the coaches group to come and speak. That's all. All right. So I'm trying to get through to Coach Taffy. I don't know if he will take the call if he is not too busy. Just to give us, you know, a sort of rundown. Don't know what kind of rundown he's going to give us. Oh yeah. All right. So all right. So straight voicemail to Coach Taffy. Let me try another coach. I want to try Vassar Reynolds for him to give us some man sleep early, you know. I don't know the under 17 coach him can sleep so early. They might work too hard. Yes, sir. So let me try and to get Mr. Vasily if he could give us a little thing into it, you know. So let me check it out. Mr. Vasily. Yes, sir. You can just give me an idea of just to speak a little about the number of players you have in camp. Mm-hmm. Okay, alright. No problem. Later. Alright, so I can't get through to that man Vassal. Alright. Alright, so let me try. Should I go? Alright, leave it alone. Since none of these coaches want to say this, how many schools participated in the Dacosta Cup? I think once a school reaches second round, they should have at least one player and all Dacosta Cup money. Gibbs is a whole lot of schools, Gibbs. Second round. I think the second round, it's more than 20 teams. Is that so? But if it is so, if all the teams have one player from the second round, you'd need a squad of 40. Because what would you do with the teams or the players who have done very well, who go up to at least the quarterfinal or semi-final? Players who have done well. So you end up with a squad of 40. But I do understand you may have to come with a different rule, or criteria will have to be different to get into that rule. All right. So again, people, I just want to move forward since nobody want to partake in this level of discussion. You know, I've seen it all over the place where people having their different growths, so to speak, people, and that as it relates to the All the Costa Cup All Manning. In one particular conversation I had today, it was believed, or it was said, that the All the Costa Cup team is Clarendon College and the All Manning was JC. So it seems like it's a repeat of the Oliver Shield. I tell the people are easy enough. Mr. Wellington, please, boss, please. Me know you probably are watching show. Although you're busy. But if you could just give me a little piece, man. Just 5 minutes of your time would be there. All right? All right, short boss. You're cashing in. Send somebody cash for me, no brother. I'm not bothered with that, man. Send somebody cash, Mr. Morrison. Right away, me I look forward to it. All right, Marlon, because I know so your thumbs up, you know, man. Big up yourself, you know, Mr. Morrison, because you don't know who you are, you know, right out there. Yeah, man. The man that deals with me at school with the school issues. Big up yourself, Marlon, and thank you very much for joining as well. Make sure you hit the like button, Mr. Morris. Yeah, man. Mr. Morris, hit the like button. And I'm sure that you have subscribed already. If you have not done so, I don't know how you reach this far, but please do. Share the Saudichress channel. Big up yourself, man, and thank you very much for joining us. So, people, we're looking at the under-17 competition, the under-17 World Cup that is coming up. Jamaica will be a part of. I don't want to speak a lot on it. I really don't want to go, because Coach Meron Gordon has promised that he will come back to us on this platform sometime in January, at the end of January per se, when they have made their final selection of the squad that will go to the World Cup. All right. One thing I've showed, though, there are sources out there. I think the media earlier tonight has mentioned that it's almost 30 odd players that are in camp now. So it's a whole lot. And, you know, at the end of this month, they should go down to 20. I know that they have done a wide selection. I think I've also seen in media where players are also coming from the US, you know, from England. Yeah, man. So it's a wide range. And as I said before, I'm hoping that sometime to come, these same players that we have seen at the under-17, hopefully that they have make it to, you know, maybe the knockout stage of the competition. And saying that to say, regardless of where they reach, it would have been a good plan to have them, you know, or to even monitor them in the future to see where they are going, people. All right. So, yes, Gibbs, yeah, you understand what you're saying. So at least one invite to motivate the developing school. Yes, all right, Gibbs. It's a good point. It's a good point. But when you look into this sort of situation, you really have to think twice, because let me tell you, at the Costa Cup and Manning Cup, very few schools right now looking at development, you know. Everybody enter the Costa Cup to win and Manning Cup because they spend a lot of money. They invest a lot. And as it relates to developing, maybe that is one thing to boot schools or boots players to say, hey, there's a big thing out there. All the Costa Cup or all Manning Cup for you to play for. But you only will do that, or you'll only reach that competition unless you do well. So maybe that could be a motivational thing for them. What say you? All right, Gibbs, so let me hear you, Gibbs. Give us a call. Let me hear your voice and see how best. Tell me something. What Is there any form of from layman? I'm gonna call you, no Gibbs, because I need to ask you a few questions of what going in Bahamas. If you see anything like what's happening in Jamaica, especially with football, if there's anything, I'm not expecting you to tell me so much. You're not part of the FA. You're not a part of the wider Bahamas, let's say, but you are in the school system. I'm sure that you get involved in sports too. You can't live without football, Gibbs. Me know that. That would be sad on you. All right. So I really want Mr. Tariq to come up and say something to us. Let me get me game. All right, people. So that's we have gone. In a little while again, I will try to get through to our guest, who we should have, Mr. Wellington. He said that he would try and joining us at 10:15. So let me see what happens. But in the meantime, let me see if I can get to my good friend here for him to come and, give us a few little things of what's happening down in Bahamas there. Right? Lion Soldier, Higher Heights, first time watching. Big up yourself, Lion. Thank you very much for joining the Saudichress show. This is the channel that brings you, sports, entertainment, and education. So thank you very much for joining, man. Thank you very much. Welcome to the Saudichress show. And I hope you also subscribe, like, and share the Saudichress channel. Gibbs, Tariq.
Yes, my boss.
I have you live on the Saudichress show, man. You can't hide anymore, How things going in Bahamas?
Blessings and blessing to your audience. So far so good,
Much respect, man. What do you mean? Chat about.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, man. I'm here enjoying the discussion,
Yeah, I realize, man.
As much as I can.
One of the things, Gibbs, as you mentioned, want to join. You see, next December, we want to come up with a little thing, I want to copy a thing from a particular media house, we have to look and see where we're going, but we want to have a little, what would you say now? A gift or a presentation to, the best caller, the best, the most, with the people, the most attendees.
Once you put the thing together, we'll make it happen, man.
Yes, man. Trust me, because it's so good, It's good to have you well, man. Yeah, man. So we continue. Let me hear RR say. Tariq, Rob, they might run the schoolboy football like clubs, players, politics.
Sorry, I tell you, to be honest, I understand what you're saying, but I totally disagree with having so many players from one school. I can't agree with that, because only 11 persons play at any particular time on a football game. And if you can have 9 players, that means you only need 2 more. So what about the other players who are from other schools? You want to tell me that I understand what you're saying when you say Clarendon College dominate the Dakasa Cup competition. But I am sure there are other players from other schools. If they were on Clarendon College team, they would have been selected. But because they find themselves in other schools where, quote unquote, no-name schools, they are not selected. And that has been happening over the years. I'm tired of that. You call it all the Dakasa Cup team with 5 schools represented. How that? I don't understand that.
All right. Put it this way, Gibbs. How
many schools Look how many schools participated in the Dakasa Cup competition. And you are going to pick up all Dakasa Cup team with probably about 6 schools represented. For me, something wrong with that.
But it is wrong.
You can't tell me that Clarendon College, all the players on Clarendon College is so good and way above the other players from Manington and Cornwall and Rossies and Edwin Allen and all those, and Glenmuir and Garvey. Central made it to the Dakasa Cup final, right?
Yes, they do.
Exactly. How many players from Central on that team?
2.
I think 2. Something wrong with that for me. And you have 9 from Clarendon College.
No, as I said to you, I totally agree with that aspect of it. And I said that it's really look away to have 9. But in all fairness, let me just put this in perspective though. The 9 players are 9, not 9 from the 11, are 9 that will be in the 11. It's a squad of. Yes, I know.
I'm just saying that because I am sure those 9 players, and I'm just speculating now from Clan College. Chances are there are 9 starters, I'm saying. It's highly possible that there are 9 starters. So if you can have 9 starters on all the Costa Cup team, you should have won that competition hands down, beating everybody 4, 5, 6 right through. If you can have it like that, that's just how I feel about it. That's just how I look at it.
And I'm saying.
You want to tell me that's. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm saying, Gibbs. Your take is very credible, and I agree with you. Don't get me wrong, but I am saying I'm saying to you, when you ask about dominance, and I even said from a squad of 22, the way Clarendon College players and team in general dominated the Costa Cup, there may be some merit to having 9 players from a squad of 22. However, that to me is still harsh. Why? Again.
Yeah, because what I'm saying, how I look at it, right?
Mm-hmm.
How I look at it, if there's a toss up between, say for example, a player from let me use maybe Dintil Technical, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Let me use Dintil. If there's a toss up between Dintil and Clarendon College, and this is a player from Clarendon College already have, let's say we already have 6.
Yes.
Clarendon College play the team, and there's a toss up now between a player from Dintil and Clarendon College. Not because Clarendon College won the competition, I'm going to give that player the edge. I'm going to give the player from Dintil the edge, knowing that Clarendon College already have 6 players there, and you're trying to spread one. Remember, you have to motivate teams who want to do well enough.
Yes, and yes, Gibbs, but in the line of.
That's what I'm trying to say. But when you load this thing with 9 players from one team, you're telling the other players from the other schools, even though I'm sure some of those players could match up with some of those Clarendon College players. It's just that they're not in that kind of environment. Can you remember, good players, if you're among good players, we play football. You look good,
Yes.
Take out some of those players from Clarendon College and put them on other teams and see if they don't look like ordinary players too.
Yes, and it goes both ways too, just for our discussion wise. Those some of these players that look good for their particular school, if you put them in a bigger settings, them not do anything.
I agree, and that is the reason why I'm asking, and that is the reason why I asked the question before.
Yes, I know.
How are these players selected? Because if you select it based on stats, based on the games these players played throughout the season and the stats, and not just based on the general performance of the team, then I am sure you would have other players coming on up Trump to make that team.
Yeah, man, you have a point. And I say this to say that as it relates to having people from other teams, what I am expecting and what I would have asked Mr. Wellington, hopefully I'll get a chance to talk to him tonight, or we get a chance, is that let us get an idea or give us the criteria to which you use for selection. I guess if there's an agreed criteria or criterion, then we have no choice but to allow that to stand.
Listen, it might sound away, but I can tell you there are some schools they are not even considered in the discussion when it comes to selecting players. I can tell you that. No, me can't tell you. You know that too. You might not want it. I can say. There are some schools, they just literally say, okay, listen, we're not going back down to, we're going to look at Clarendon College, we're going to look at Central, because they have no choice because they made it to the Dakar Cup final. It's going to look bad if we don't pick 2 players from here. That's how it is. I'm telling you, look how many players from JC.
Again, too. I will take the point, And I accept that because my self-belief, as me say, the 9 players too much from a one team.
Came up with an idea that is all kind of college, all JC team, they're right. It can't be other compete.
Let me ask you though. Let me ask you though, Gibbs. Let me ask you.
Yeah.
What if there were selected criteria or agreed criteria among the coaches prior to the Augusta Cup and Manning Cup competition? Right. And based on those criteria, the team came out and Clarendon College has 10 players.
I would step back. I would literally step back and throw in the towel and say, okay, all right, you win. I'm telling you. But
so that would be fine as long as
unless they can prove it to me with criteria and everything, I say, listen, this is a process right here, and I see it, and I'm still not. I'm gonna hold on to what I'm holding, because I know it's not football. I'm biased. I've been here and it's
yeah, that is true. And let me tell you something. I'm not being naive, brother. I'm not being naive, and I fully understand. I fully understand as it relates to, the situation. We know where the biases are. I have felt it too, as you say. But even if you remember in our days played, very few times you find people, one or two of us from Midland being selected in the Augusta Cup.
But listen, I am so happy that Edwin Allen, Central, Garvey Masio, all of those teams are now kicking down the doors and telling, listen, we are here to play and we are here to compete. Because first time, they never used to count. Clarendon College against Edwin Allen, everybody write that off. Central, they would even count them in the mix.
That's true.
So I'm so happy that, I am so happy that, but we need to do more to motivate and to uplift those teams if we want the football to develop in such a way that we're not going to just look at it as, okay, because nobody wants to watch the Augusta Cup if one team is going to damage. I don't want to watch that kind of football.
But one of the questions.
I don't want to watch that kind of football.
One of the questions that I would like to ask though. When?
Sorry.
Yes.
Let me make a point. That is the reason why Barcelona was my team. But I stopped watching Spanish League because I hate to see one team just dominate. People don't like the English League, but I prefer to watch English League football.
When you say people, what do you mean because people? Barman?
No, but a lot of people never like English League football because of the style of play and so on. Only over the last couple years, people just get drawn into English League football. But tiki-taka and Spanish League and those kind of football.
But Gibbs, in all fairness,
that kind of football anymore.
In all fairness, and when tiki-taka come in, brother, and it's that time people start to go again. Hey, we always say England play long ball and whatever, but remember too, that was the international, or should I say the club level football that we were accustomed to. We never get no feed out of Spain or out of Italy or so on. It's mostly from England. But the fact of the matter is, though, I understand your take, and it's good that when you can love and you actually debate, not just debate, but you have a discussion around the type of football is being played. For example, Barca, yes, it may look tiring, but you realize, and that's why I think English League is the best one, because at any day, given any day, any team, whether you fall 20 or 1, can beat you in any game.
What do you mean? If City fall asleep, Brighton beat them. That's how football is supposed to play. I'm telling you, and that's how I like it. Yeah, that's how I like it, bro.
So Gibbs,
yeah.
Me tired of you and talk about that CC. We're more here right now, Tell me what going on in Bahamas as no disrespect, Bridget. I just want to pull you off.
Yeah, man. No, man. That's how we have to move it, man. We have to move the discussion along, man.
What's up with Bahamas and football?
Well, to be honest, football is pretty much on the back burner. They really don't invest a lot in football, and so it's not really a sport that the kids. I don't think they have enough coaches in the system to push the game, and so basketball is their thing.
Okay.
All right. Basketball is their thing. I don't know if you know that in the Bahamas, only a few Bahamians play football.
Well, I
Most of
was.
who play football in the Bahamas, they are national. They are foreigners,
Oh,
mainly Asians, mainly the Asians. Even on
okay.
the Bahamian national team, a lot of Asians naturalized Bahamian
Mm-hmm.
pretty much, but they are Asian. They are Asian. But I'm telling you, if I had the opportunity of sending you some Asian players, school players, you would see a difference. May I tell you, they have some youth here in the school system, Asian students.
Bad.
I tell you, man, listen, sorry, I tell them every day, if I had them in Jamaica playing in our those, you would see some difference in. They remind me of the Africans. When you have some good Africans in this one, some good Africans in your national, your club team, you know
Mm-hmm.
you have a good team. All right, yeah,
Yes.
good man, good. But
But
they
no,
don't have that program,
no transition.
real, no, there's no program. They just play because of the love. Culture is a thing where really get rid of it. So they grow up seeing their father playing, so they play. And anywhere you have an Asian community, they have the football field, so they play. They grow
Okay.
up playing soccer. But once they get into the school system,
Mm-hmm.
only probably about 2 or 3 islands you have like competitions like that. Outside of that, they just football is on the curriculum, but they just don't do it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's
Don't do it.
that's true.
They don't have the coaches. They don't have the coaches to do it.
So,
Because basketball is their thing, they just do basketball right through the or what we call softball, track and
okay.
field, pretty much.
Okay. So, how you feel, man, in a country like that without football?
Listen. Right now, my son, I have a son, 7 year old. Every day he wants to play. He wants to play. And I just can't get him in a program to play. And I know he'll do well because, as I said before, you could see it in his gene. He wants to play, but I just don't have the
Yes. Yes.
the
Yes.
environment is not conducive.
I tell
Just
you.
don't have anybody friends to play
So
with the
sad.
school friends.
What I'll say to you though, Gibbs, if you notice, Edwin Allen has a good program right now. So
Listen, I'm
at
so
at
proud.
age
I'm so proud.
12,
I'm
at age
big up
12,
tough. Big up my teammate tough man. Man, listen, I'm so proud of what is going on at Edwin Allen.
chat about.
You know.
Ah boy, I tell you.
Bring just I watch them and see them. Last year, boy, I was celebrating, shouting and making up all kind of noises. Yo,
I hope you never behave bad.
what? Yeah, man. Yeah, talk about man.
Let me tell you though. Let me tell you, Gibbs. Let me tell you. The truth is, as you mentioned your son, what I want to say to you, at age 12, you could send him to Edwin Allen, man.
Well, but that are the problem, Sade. We believe in starting from young, and that is one of the problems we have. I think one of the problems with Jamaican football, and we were talking about that, I think, on the last show.
Yeah, for real.
Where enough emphasis is not being placed on youth football. I remember growing up playing under 10, under 12,
Yes.
and you have that in primary school. You can't really teach kids how to do certain things at age 14 and 16 when they get to high school.
Yeah, that is so true. But I'm saying that to say because you might not want to send him to Jamaica right now. But
Yeah, sometimes catching them at 12, to me, it's you're almost cutting it too close. For me, I don't know.
Yes, that's true. But guess what? You still have to give him that opportunity, eh?
Yeah, man, I agree.
Still have to give him that opportunity. All right, guys, before you go, let me take two from the chat when you came on.
Yeah, man.
I was saying that Cornwall, Russian, Cubans, Herbert, Morrison, none made the list. Wow. You are scrutinizing her. So those are kingpin. Those are the Costa Cup kingpins, you know.
Man, I'm sure you have players in those teams so that make the team easily, man. You cannot give the impression that you have to win the Costa Cup for you to have 9 and 8 players on the all. That's the kind of impression you give me when you do that, you know.
Okay, but
that's
you see,
the kind of impression you give when you do that.
and
remember, another thing, remember, you know, all of these things that we are doing, you know, is to highlight the players, you know.
That's yes, true.
I remember you have to keep highlighting the players, you know, highlighting the players. You know. So if you're just gonna go into one household and highlight everybody and forget about everybody else, that's not going to be a good show on the development, the overall development of football.
You're right.
Understand?
And so
imagine you take one person from Edwin Allen, and that person go and get that little exposure. You know the difference it's going to make on the overall team.
And you know
when he comes back now and say, "Boy, he felt about going there and all of that," and other players will aspire to want to go there next year, and that in itself will create a different atmosphere within the team.
It's just a pity though, Gibbs. It's just a pity because when you look even to that, we are happy for the Edwin Allen selection. But it's a bit unfortunate for me, as you mentioned that, because that player would not be playing next year. So, you know, as you mentioned, that would have been a world of good for the others.
That's not going to benefit the other players in terms of seeing him coming back and having him among the team. Because, listen, man, I'm telling you, those things work.
That's true. But I guess he will individually he will benefit, and hopefully just by looking and as other players saying, well, at least we have a player last year selected. Maybe, I mean, if we have the sort of psychological effect and also the motivation aspect of it there.
Another thing, I would look the under 17 Jamaica under 17 squad and see where the players. Where the pool of players, where they pick the pool of players. Kingston that dominate.
You know, I believe, and Gibbs, you may be surprised this year, based on what I have heard, they have a very good wide section of selectors.
For them to surprise me, because that's what I want to see.
No, man, listen, let me tell you something, you know, Gibbs. Let me tell you something what I am sure of. You know that many of the Kingston teams that did well in Manning Cup, most of those players are not under 17s. Maybe Mona.
Older players.
Yeah, maybe Mona.
Older players.
Mona, I think. And I think what I heard recently, not too sure, but I'll do some research on that, the agent or coach of Phoenix has barred his players to play for the national under 17 team.
The agent from Phoenix.
Or the manager or the coach.
I can't deal with it. That's the other thing I can't deal with. Sorry. I can't deal with the passport. I can't. I don't know.
And I'm saying, you don't count me on that, you know. I'm going to do due diligence.
I know what
I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it somewhere, but I can't say that is too much of a credible source right now.
I saw something like that somewhere circulating too.
So I'm going to pick it up. And that's why sometimes I don't really take on certain things if me not get solid information. But I'm going to do due diligence and get you to it. All right, Gibbs. So, you know, it was very good. I want to get a chance if I can get back to Mr. Wellington and get through a few from the chat.
I'm going to hang up and stay on the line.
Yeah, man. And I want some more Bahamian. I want some people from your side of the world to come on the show. You know?
Well, I mean, I spread it, but you know, it's hard to get football unless you can't speak French.
I'll try.
All
right.
Yeah, man, I want to football man.
Oh, all right. Sorry about that, Gibbs. Gibbs gone. So here we have Christopher Worrell, the man they call Bop. You're live on the Saudichress show, sir.
Good night, Saudi show.
Good night.
Hey, tell Gibbs to go on and dead, man. This a go on long time in a D-Cup. When the Russian them dominate D-Cup, One. No pay Russian and man to go be a play all day.
Yes,
Give
that's
to go
true.
on and bed and stop talk foolish, you know, man. So when Clarendon do it and none of nothing happen, it happen long time.
I don't
So
know.
Clarendon time now for the week.
So you support that move with the 9 Clarendon College, John?
So what you have to do? Russia and them used to
No.
do it.
No. Listen, I'm asking you a question. I just want you to answer. Do you support 9 Clarendon College players from this squad?
The man dominate the league, sir.
I'm just asking you. What's your view?
Yeah, me support it, sir.
Okay, all right. No problem. As I said, there are many ways. And to be honest with you, I won't be throwing any much cold water on this thing until, I get an idea of what the criteria were rather. Because the fact is, Bap, we can say a lot of things, but we don't know. One thing I'm sure of, and that's why I wanted a coach who actually is in the coaching group, somebody who has been active coaching this year, because I am sure that they have a coaches group that many of these information would have been, discussed or even passed down through the group where all the coaches from early.
I guess the coach said nothing like that don't go on, so obviously not get no interview about it, so.
You mean nothing in terms of the coaches have no input in that?
No, I hear him say that.
Okay.
So this come from a panel where maybe the winning coach always have the top talk, so carry we want carry.
Okay. All right. As I said, unfortunately that...
JC do it, right?
In terms of what? Doing what? Having the number of players?
Yes.
Yeah, man, they have majority of the players too.
So, something will happen. A long time to go on.
No, as I said before, most times the winning team and the finalists, or the two finalists, always have majority of the players. It's not the first. But as I said, I want to get the criteria, so to speak, and how the selections were made.
To the past,
yes, so we can.
The past 4 years, Clarendon dominate schoolboy, the Costa Cup, so Clarendon is the name.
Hey, you listen, like you bring an ex-politics and everything, Bob. Remember the start? Hey, hold on a minute.
When the Mantigo here dominate, Pierre Conway, Herbert, Rossi, Stets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So no Clarendon time. So Lord Clarendon dominated.
Mr. Warrell, remember the Saudichress show is all about sports, entertainment, and education. No politics, all right?
No, entertainment, they talk politics.
All right, big boss. Hold on, Bob. Don't cut. I need to get... Hold on, man. There are some things in the chat that I miss. I want to get that going. All right. Damian Morris. Hey, listen to me, Blacks. Listen to what I say, my boss. Listen to what I say. I said that Clarendon College never lost a game in the DaCosta Cup. They won the DaCosta Cup without losing a single game in DaCosta Cup. They have lost a game in the Champions Cup, where KC demolished them 4-2. All right? But DaCosta Cup I'm talking about. All right, sir? Well, you're always on the ball.
I'm Mr. Clarendon here talk to.
How you call so? Mr. Morris? Kevin Morrison, referee, a.k.a. Blacks.
Yeah.
One of the best referee passed through Jamaica. Yes. No. He's not a Clarendon College man. To be honest with you.
I got him support.
No, he's a Cuban.
It more look like African.
You know, I'm going to leave that alone. I want Blacks. Hey, listen to me now, man. Next week, I think, let me not say anything before I talk to him. But what Ronald was asking that Ray, just can't understand why they're using CC team to represent the LD. We'd rather to see a team with 2 or 3 good players from teams that didn't even make it from the zone. Listen, me, Ray, to be honest with you, we have to really look seriously on how we look at this. To be honest with you, because guess what? The teams that doesn't make it to the second round or to the quarterfinal, if you use those players, you know what majority of Jamaica would say? Where them player they come from? We never see them. We don't know what them can do. One of the things that we have to bear in mind is that if you should look, and for those of you who follow the EPL as well, and when them have don't remember the different teams of the week or teams of the month, it's basically the teams that did well, over the month, The players from the teams. It's not just a player who, sometimes one player from one team can do it. If a team itself doesn't do well, it's difficult to get other players to make that team of the month. So, as me say, I'm not going to throw any cold water in it. I'm going to continue to see how we can work this out until me get a set of criteria of how the selection were made. All right? Another one, Ray. Saudi, this brother Gibbs saying, I see no answer, Yeah, man, Gibbs the former Edwin Allen player, central defender. His right name was Tariq Robinson from Morgan's Pass. Big up yourself, Gibbs. All right? Check how many. All right, Damian, you're full of stats. Check how many was from the World Cup Under 17 champion when the FIFA World 11 with Alan Whitaker in 2001 selected. Right, there you go again. So thank you very much, Blacks. That is so true. They were dominant in football. Yes. They had a thing about 5 players on the national under 17 team, if my memory serves me right. Yes, that's between 4 or 5. You can correct me, Blacks. You have all of them stats there. And that's how it goes. The teams that win, the teams that play well, the teams that really dominate, it's very difficult to leave out those players, Because sometimes those are the players that have a greater impact on the competition. Again, that is just a discussion. I'm not saying that, I'm not using that to give the 9th Clarendon College player selection, any big, or should I say credential, but just the fact of the matter is, we have to look at all those concepts, all those situations, the data that follow them, or the stats. Yes, Ronald, so no's answer you, right? All right. That's not what I said, Damien. What did I say? All right, if that's not what you heard, I stand for correction. But I said to you, Clarendon College has won the DaCosta Cup without losing a single match. So if me say DaCosta Cup, me can't talk about Champions Cup, brother. I never say won the schoolboy competition, or competitions boss. But knowing you or your technical, Mr. Whistleman, and you like to correct because you correct all the referees right around the CONCACAF region. But I want you come on the show, come do with some good correction, some teaching in another few days. All right, sir? Thanks very much. As usual. So Tariq is bigging up Blacks, my good referee. I know you talk say my good referee. You know, and talk how him used to thief you out on your side. Me used to hear you know a complain, but now too, you know the Saudichress show no big up Blacks like say. Alright. Blacks, you hear them? They're not easy out there. Alright. Blacks, me know you're one of the best pass through Jamaica still. But don't tell you that long time. From where you start till now. You, Mr. Ref, Blacks, VAR that argument. Alright, Blacks, so that's another argument that I want to come and talk to us on the show. I want to educate us on VAR. I want to let us know how, if our own Jamaicans referee have been trained to use VAR, or they have to wait until they reach FIFA standard. You know, that sort of thing. So it's coming up. It's coming up. Yes Man Blacks and NR Clarendon, Mr. Green, Mr. Plummer and Blacks. Yeah man, those were really stalwart in the development of football. Mr. Clarendon. Dallas, could Central have 9 players if they had won the D Cup? That's what Dallas is asking, Bob. What do you think?
Dallas go on in bed, man.
You might hear you, man.
Dallas go on in bed, man. Both Central have 9 players.
No, what he's asking, Bob, if they had won the D'Costa Cup, would they have 9 players in the RD?
Them could have 10.
But so like, can you figure your bed, you know? What do you, RR at Dallas? You mad? Man, I ask the chairman if he mad. But trust me though, I believe if they have one, they would have more. They definitely get more than 2. Definitely. Yeah, man, schoolboy football politics. We all know the politics they all over, and that's why we don't want to discuss politics on the Saudichress show. But we have to have our own discussion. We have to let our voices be known. All right. So Terry, big up Morgan Pass, one of the best football community in North Clarendon. You want to vote on that? All right, Bob. So what's your say, Bob? Let me ask you. We in a little group, and sometimes we don't hear you come out. You know, I'm happy to hear you out now. But what's happening to your well-oiled machine?
Me under pressure, man. One thing, what can you come on this and come question about my machine, man? See, I not work.
Is the only place me can find you, Bob?
Nah, man, you could have talk and call me out, man. The oil not work.
What happened to the oil?
I rush and get the oil from me now.
Okay.
So if I know say water in the oil, so my garden and solve it. Maybe I come back, man.
So remember, say your oil tanker park up. Oh, you have left England too.
Me have left England, you know, so.
Okay.
But we're going to turn. But big man things are there. We're not playing no football. Something wrong somewhere. We're not doing nothing, Saudi. Nothing.
Okay. Well, it's true, you know. As I say, it surprised me really the way the way how Chelsea and Liverpool fare out this season. The competition is still young, and I believe that there will be another twist in this competition this year. People, I said that to say, even though me crown Arsenal as champion already, but I think there will be another twist. Not necessarily for the championship. Not surprising if they lose. We know that City have a way if you just come back strong and team give up some points. But let me tell you, Arsenal for me for this year, alright? We'll on the blocks. You Smalling, yes knows. If those 9 CC players are the best D-Cup players in the position, then I don't see anything wrong with that. Very good point, Nose. Very, very good point. Very good point. I too. But as I say, that 9 players, I'm sure Clarendon College, and nobody can disagree, no. That Clarendon College and their players dominated the Costa Cup. Anybody want to disagree with that? No football. No. I mean, I reserve no. Honestly. Trust me. Mr. Morrison, big up Bap. Alright, Bap. You hear the banner big you up, sir?
I'm a referee friend, man.
Alright, big defend.
I'm a referee friend, man. I'm a big friend long time, man.
Bap, listen, me know you was a very hard player to deal with, you know, for referees.
Yeah.
You and this man ever really have any altercation for the field? You ever get a yellow card?
Oh, Blacks?
Yeah.
Nah, man, Blacks, you respect me so much, you should just talk to me, you know, because remember Blacks are come from grassroots, you know. So, when me know if I'm a grassroots, you know, if I try to be referee.
Okay, so you have a good relationship there.
Yeah, so when you turn pro now, you never really trouble me.
Okay, alright.
Yeah, man, he's a good boy, man.
Alright. So, Lion Soldier, where you say 40s to the world? Oh, so he's a KC fan. Respect. Hey, Lion, as I mentioned that, give me your take on the All-Manning team, no? And the All-Manning squad. What's your take on that? KC had some very good players. Well, at least the big star in there, them can't leave him out. But give me your take on that. Maybe you can give us a call and share your view. Thank you very much. You're our first time and I respect that. So, let me hear, man. 40s for life. For real. Big defender from Avengers. How would that, Blacks? I can't bap your talk.
Yeah, man, I'm the master talk. I'm a person that.
Big defender. Oh, yes, man. Bap couldn't defend for saving life, man. A true Bap?
Sorry. Chelsea now play no ball still, sorry. No ball we not play. Something wrong. But as I say, I prem, so yes, I want turn that I make me say. Because January this year, I wait for the turn from. I know me not see the turn there, so I don't know when it. I mean, it look like we will turn anytime soon.
You see, Bob, I don't know. There are some teams that, and let me say that I haven't seen my big skipper yet, and I don't know if he's just watching and listening, but, I heard him say something that I think it go aunt him still. Him say some teams are just mid-table team, some team are mid-season leaders, some team just do well up to mid-season and then fear out at the last.
Well,
I know that
right. Me didn't have Arsenal as a front runner all year start, but them are play excellent.
No man,
Them are play good.
Arsenal a big team.
Them are play brilliant right now. So to me, Arsenal and Newcastle are playing the best of football right now.
I mean, I leave us City out of it. I think City is just careless. But, big man, the way City...
Newcastle and Arsenal are playing the best football right now. Take that from me.
I'm not debating, but I still can't leave out City, boss.
We not left them out, but right at this moment, right now, Newcastle and Arsenal playing the best football. So if them want to falter down the line and make City close, but from November to now, they're playing the best football.
Let me ask you right now, as you mentioned that. Give me your pick for top 4 in the Premier League.
My top 4?
Yeah, your top 4.
City, Newcastle, Chelsea. I don't know who are the next one. Anybody else can come, but we are getting there.
So, hold on. You leave out the league leaders out of it?
Can you hear me say? Somebody are going to tell them, I call no name.
Jesus have his mercy. What is
the Arsenal man then go talk about? You have some Arsenal man with thin skin, We come talk about me and call up them side name and me no like. So listen me, if you know them a lead by 5 or 6 points, leave them there, right? Them still there, then I'm going to make the top 4, right? Alright. But me know the blue going to be there, okay?
But, me afraid of you.
Yes, afraid of me.
I know Chelsea, me afraid of you. Hey. Bob, tell me, Bob.
Liverpool are still sorry.
Listen, as me say now, let me tell you something about this Liverpool thing. As me say to you, big man, what I am saying to you is that I don't see Liverpool making to the top 4. That's what I say to you, Bridget. Good? I say it to everybody.
So you give up?
Eh?
So you want to say you give up already? You give up for the season?
Liverpool making it to top 4?
Yeah.
Right now, it's only a miracle can make Liverpool and Chelsea go top 4. And if you as a footballer, if you think that Chelsea can make it to top 4, why Liverpool couldn't make it?
Believe you for do that judgment. I'm not a Liverpool man. I'm a Chelsea man, so I do my judgment.
So you only attack based off your team, man. You're not attack real football, man. You only attack based on how you feel.
You let me tell you 2 teams when I play the best football right now.
Yes, sir.
2 teams when I play the best football right now, so.
But yet still.
I mean, no, so I'm going to top 4.
Yet still, Bap, you leave out one who play the best football out of top 4. Me can't understand that. That's what me can't understand.
Who leave out?
Arsenal.
Me don't leave them out. Me tell you, so I play the best football. I never leave them out.
You leave them out of the top 4. You leave them out of the top 4, brother.
I called 3. I didn't call 4. I called 3 names.
No, man, you call 4 names, man.
What I call? I call Liverpool?
No.
Oh. I call Newcastle City and Chelsea. I mean, I know who the next team is. That me say. I didn't leave them out. Okay.
All right.
Okay, get it right.
All right, Sir Bob. All right. So what happened to Manu?
Yes. I don't know about the team there now.
Why? Why? You think you're easy, man? Eh?
I don't know nothing about them. You know, some win game. You know, some win. You know, some get some 3 point and take them time and creep up.
Yeah, man, I see that. Them do well. Them doing
Yeah,
well.
man, them win some. Them win some game, man. Them win some game. Happy for them in the cards. Me know what happen, you know. Me happy for them, man. Me happy for them team there, you know. We long for win a trophy, you know. Me happy for them, man. When me see them team there, we long for win a trophy where we are dominant right now. Me happy, man. This coming like when Mr. Gibbs were talking about.
So?
PC winning. He wants a different team win. Yes. City, yes. Me happy, man. Me happy. Yeah. You know, I say, me don't hear nobody else say, them the team they are done, really again, and people laughing and happiness. Me happy for that.
All right, boss. I leave you to the celebrity coach. I leave you to Lenkira. I leave you to Skippy Dippy. I also leave you to the PRO. I leave you and them.
No, I'm catching to them. No, the PRO dead to them. I'm catching, man. So I'm done. I'm done with him, man.
What you catch him with? What happened?
I mash him up to them, man. He can't talk. I put a big stone over the hill where he can't tell him don't move, man.
So how it go? What you do?
Yeah, man, no. Man, the celebrity coach I cover there talk one bag of rubbish. Same topic where you depend. But like the celebrity coach are same thing. The picking of the Dicaster Cup.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should have like look on like 3 guys from Edinburgh should I get. Carl.
Okay.
You understand?
Oh. So what you would say?
Yeah. Him said 3, but get Carl. But pick a 4.
No, man. I think the 3 would include Peck.
No, 4. He said the number 9 too.
Oh, okay.
The number 9 was score against CC. This because just I tell like if CC are the best backline and them have a forward, they break it down and score against them. That 2 times they buck. Why he couldn't get called? That means he must do something good.
Okay.
So in things that forward name should in the list with the sweeper with Alwyn. So that is 4, right?
Okay. Yes.
The Leo say 3. So I just play about the voice note where celebrity coach play. And catch him and just put a stone on the wheel. Then say don't say nothing more to him again. Okay. I'm just give him a small catch. I want to catch him to one. I'm just give him a black small catch, you know?
Alright, sir.
Yes. I don't want to call them name for them feel like send me on them side.
Mm-hmm. All right. No, me get. No, me understand what you say, my brother. No, me understand what you say.
Because they say them call me out today. They say if I November I'm gonna score 1 goal in them. Me and sitting there them talking, you know. But me just go and suck it. Cause I have no defense. Okay, from November I don't score a goal. The history is there. There's nothing I can say. Right, Sadi?
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Yes. The Lenky come out today, come say in the year from me on long as then go say from November I'm gonna score. No one know if say. I can't say nothing. It's true.
Oh Lord.
It's true. Someone else go and beat me NSC, you know?
Yeah, boy, trust me. Well, yeah, I say you know, when a team down, you have to stay down, you know. You have to wait until they can come up. You know?
I fix them up, man. Me know the problem, man. Sorry, my problem is the coach, me don't know. You can't have a size so long, you can't pick a level.
What you call long back? How long Potter in the job?
But in a job about 2 months now, right?
Yeah.
And you tell me say you can't pick a 11.
Then what you mean the man can't pick a 11, Bridging?
You can't pick a Saudi. Every time you see a Chelsea side, a 5 change make and 4 change make.
Bob.
And the player don't injure Saudi. When me I say Saudi, you know have to build a rhythm first, Saudi. You can't just play a man today and then tomorrow you put a next man in a position and then next day you put a next man in a position. What kind of football am I watch, Saudi?
Hey, Bob.
Yeah.
If PRO a call, you know, don't hang up. I go add him to the call. But I
Yeah,
see.
man. Add him, man. I mean, man. Add him, man.
Boy, I don't know easy at all, you know, man. Yeah, so you know, me no want the one half thing, but me I hope say it's a discussion and not a quarrel, you understand? But let me see what happens.
You're a gentleman, man. That's why I need the PRO.
Okay, sir. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. Gentleman.
Good night, Mr. PRO. Jason Barnes himself, man. Welcome to the Saudichress show. You sure you're alright, boss? You catch a plane?
Yeah, man. Long time we catch like that.
Oh, because Bap is online too, you know, and I know that there will be a clash. He's a passenger and I don't want you to make the plane run away with him. No, man. Not a clash. Catch. The plane.
Oh, catch. Okay, catch. Me and Papa one little side where they about 10 in the league. What's the name again?
Chase Pan.
Me no remember the name. They just so far down the pecking order. Me can't see the name. It look fine like the sister name on the plaque where somebody saying it. Where DJ Khaled saying it.
Listen.
So if you have any magnifying glass and you see the name, tell me please. What's the name with blue?
Listen. Me not go play no hypocrite. Me know you attack Chelsea. But hold on a minute. Don't go too far. Hold on a second, people. Sorry, RR. Tight Rob, so true. Smalling. What if he had attended CC Veer or Glenmuir? Alright. Dallas Harris, the chairman. The best 11 should be selected regardless of where they are from. Good point. Dallas again. I see 9 Jamaicans start for West Indies before. In what format of the game, Dallas? LOL. Alright, cool. Alright, so go ahead, gentlemen. Go ahead.
Yeah, so me and Bob call out a top 3. If we call it the 4 team. I mean, in car decided that 10. Chelsea then him. If you look at Chelsea, you know, we can pick a Frankfield 11 and beat them.
Yes.
So, in talking about Chelsea and top 4 is more like wishful thinking. You know, when you can't feel is saying Chelsea can make top 4. But there's no way Chelsea can even make a top 6 or 7 to the ball in one play.
Okay.
So, how we see them like top 4 is beyond me. Mr. Saudi, I know what you say, you know.
No, man, you have to say something.
You know why I like when they're happy? And first about 20 a year, them they're so close to a championship, a championship, you know. So, you have all right to say what you want to say, you know. You have all right to say. But remember, this going, we have what, May?
Yes.
We have till May, okay? All right. But you have to understand, you know. If we all going to take Arsenal 20 years and 25 years and 30 years to win a Premier League, we still have 50. We still have 50 years. And 50 years, it takes Chelsea to win a Premier League. It don't matter how long you want to take.
Listen.
Okay, so no matter what the length of time when a team take a win, it still not take as long as Chelsea half a century. You know, when you play 50 and you reach 50, that's a race of back. Yeah, but when they say, them time they will Chelsea take 50, them time the football is one-sided. No football
one-sided.
No.
Football is one-sided.
Football is one-sided.
Which team was the one-sided team?
The Liverpool and the Man U and the Newcastle, them were the team.
I know one-sided. Arsenal got dominate. Man United got dominate. Everton win Premier League and all that. So I know one-sided.
No, since the format changed. Since the format changed.
The format changed. No money come in. Chelsea bring big money in our Premier League football.
How long it take Arsenal for reach out? Why not say win a Premier League?
2003, 2004.
2000 what?
2003 and 2004, I think.
2003 and 2004.
Yeah.
So you got
we're go close to 19, 20 years.
Okay, you go close.
Yeah.
Bob.
Alright.
Bob.
Yeah.
I saw them people I love follow Liverpool, man. Everything they see Liverpool, they try to do it too, you know. And then I realize and everything they have to take up.
Hey, if that was the case, you know, if that was the case with our one Champions League, so.
No, man, listen to what I say, no, man. Listen to what I say to you. You're still trying for the Champions League, don't it?
No, we're not trying because we're in a Champions League. We're in a Champions League.
No, I'm saying, but you are playing.
We're in a Champions League, then we start trying.
No, you are playing to get there. So you're looking up, and I'm sure that next year you will be in the Champions League.
Oh, definitely.
But unfortunately, you take up on a Liverpool bad practice or bad habit or something still take a long time to win the Premier League.
No, we don't reach Liverpool. We don't reach Liverpool level yet either.
How long it took Liverpool?
It took Liverpool, I think, about 20 years.
20 years.
Arsenal, Mr. Sadi, Arsenal will win Champions League. Eh?
No, let's just cool no back, man. We're not debating that, man. Premier League we are talking.
We're not talking Premier League overall. Dominant.
No, Arsenal never win that. We know the answer. Arsenal never win Champions League.
So what's the point, Jonathan? All right, listen, gentlemen. Listen to what I said. I know the history surround the big Russian club or the former big Russian club where ISSA run out. Right, Bob?
No, the ISSA run out to the Rush. Fix it good.
One to I. One to I, Bob. You heard up?
The ISSA. Them sees the ISSA look a minute. Water may I get from what here?
Hey, the island coconut oil we are sleep up in the brother.
Hey, Bob. I hear a club number, but nothing you have to pay attention. You realize where Chelsea are trying to know? See? You realize that Chelsea are trying to know? Chelsea are trying to go to the root of youth, you know. Chelsea are trying to start develop youth. If you realize that's much better.
No, because Chelsea throwing that money, a market team that know we are develop and sell. So
listen,
that
if you start develop and sell, then it's not good for you.
at that we start there now.
Hold on.
Are two different. Sorry.
Leo.
Chelsea are two different Chelsea, you know.
Hold on.
Chelsea was a title team. No, Chelsea was a selling team. Chelsea left and now.
Yeah, they must make sure their money all right. Leo, let me ask you a question. Leo. Leo Face. Is there? I'm gone, Bob. All right, let me ask you a question. Leo, you said that Chelsea are the way where Arsenal do by developing youth. Is the development of youth why Arsenal doing so well now?
For most part, yes.
No, man. I want you to give me a direct answer.
Yes, definitely.
How many Arsenal youth will come through the ranks playing for Arsenal now? Are in the starting 11?
Saka, Martinelli.
Marty who?
Yeah,
Martinelli coming to Arsenal Academy?
Come at Arsenal when he was that thing.
No. I'm asking you the question.
But Lenky, Mr. Lenky, sorry.
Yeah.
It's developing youth is not just what comes to your academy. If you buy a youth at 17 or 18, you have to develop him.
Listen me, big man. Listen me. You know that international football now, the only reason why you're not professional at 17 is because of the age limit thing. But fine, I will go with a little bit of that. But
I still learning the game and you have Smith who just come back from injury.
Who that?
Smith.
Yes. Go again. We don't play yet.
Right, and yes, you know, but it was always one of the top youths in the team. No, yeah. we have Saliba who we buy at about 18, 19.
No man, listen, big man. When you buy Saliba,
listen, Sally. Development of youth is not just academic. If we buy a youth at 18, right? And he knows him now get no first team play in a micro. I'm buying for a reason and sell him out alone. I'm selling him out to get developed.
Listen, big man.
So you not only can develop at micro because I'm by you.
Big man, listen to what I am saying to you. Listen to the question that may ask. I'm not saying that is not development, you know. Listen. Because you send a youth on loan, you not develop a player there.
So what are you doing?
You are develop the player when you send him on loan?
But sorry, listen to me say again. If we send you on loan, right? We don't the potential of his team when we send him on loan to buy. We send him to be developed.
To be developed. To be developed.
I send you out to be developed.
I know you are develop the player, brother.
You're not going to get first team. But it's a plan.
I know you are develop the player.
But if you have a plan to do that wouldn't be developing for you.
Listen to what I am saying, man. Listen to what I said. I mean, I want you to try if you fix this or put it around. The statement that you made, Leo, and I'm not trying to say that Arsenal doesn't develop players because I think Arsenal right now in Europe is the team over the years that have been put a lot of trust in youth. So don't think that I'm trying to go against that. I say that you don't.
That is true.
What I am saying to you, development, and you're talking about development based on what you said to Kotti. And that me just ask, you know, me not debate, me not say you're wrong. Listen to what I have, the question that I asked. First, they asked if the development of players letting you lead this way. Because I'm sure that far less than 50% of the team now is not Arsenal development players. Whether they want to come in at 18, 16, 17 or not. I'm sure of that. So that's the reason why I ask. Secondly, what I am debating now is, and I'm not saying that me right, you know, but my view, you are not developing up a player, or a player is not being developed by Arsenal when you send them up on loan. Why? Because you are saying that at this time, they are unable to make your team. You should be having these people and I try blood them in for development. But you say no, then can't make a team this year, so I send them go somewhere else go develop. So if you send them go to somewhere else, I know Arsenal team you send them go. Is that an Arsenal camp? Worst case, hold on. Worst case scenario. If this youth go to a Premier League club, when Arsenal play this club, then can't play against Arsenal. That is not development.
You notice, right? Arsenal has never sent a youngster to any Premier League club would have a future for.
Why?
Because Arsenal going to develop it without you playing for a Premier League club. We're going to send you overseas. Right? Now, Father Ghana is the next youth where we send Ghana in a French league. I'm pretty soon, I know I come back in another year or so. But you have to understand, the best teacher of the game is the game.
And the best,
the game is the best teacher of the game.
And the highest quality too. The highest quality too.
And yes, and when you think about the teams then, it's always France. Arsenal send most of them youngsters. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then them send them a team where obviously them believe in the team philosophy and can develop the player the way Arsenal want them. Then, so if you're not Arsenal and well, you're going to get 10 or 15 games coming off the bench this season. And we can send you one team where you'll get 25 and 30 games, maybe starting most of them. Then it's better for you, and it's better for Arsenal.
It's better, I agree with that, because the player will get much more game time. And so, Leo, I say this to say because I've seen, I'm going to use comparison now. I've seen team also send players elsewhere for development because they can't make them first team at the point and they want game time. But because some of those players just not reach that standard, or probably when them come back, them still in a very competitive team. So you don't see that level of development over that loan spell. Am I wrong or am I right?
And you're very much of a point.
So this is what I'm saying now. So
but until yeah, the perfect example, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is Saliba.
Yes.
When Arsenal paid 20 something million say a 19-year-old.
When did they bought Saliba?
2019, I think.
You sure?
Yeah, man, that's 2019.
Okay. And when they send him on loan?
It did 2 years on loan.
All right, yes, go on.
It did 2 years on loan. And he came back. And he disrupted the starting back two. Because of the amount of football, he was voted young player in France.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously you get enough game time and you develop him enough where he can come back and push Ben White out of the center back position to right back.
Okay. So he has gotten
one. He should come back from the first year alone and the coach decided no. He need 1 more year.
Okay.
And look at you come back and play like a pro and just 21.
All right. Remember now. When Arsenal bought Saliba, you said 2019, right?
Yeah.
They bought him from where? What the team name, man?
Exactly,
One Saint team in a French. One Saint team. I remember. And then they sent him when he went on loan.
He went on loan. They bought him and he stayed at the club.
Okay, right. Yes.
He stayed at the club and bought him from. And then he came in pre-season. And after pre-season, they sent him back out on loan.
And you are saying to me, Leo, listen to that, because they sent him on loan to a different team. Because they got him back. They got him back from Marseille, right? That's what I know. So 2 different loan spell, 2 different team. And you are saying that Arsenal is the club that developed that player?
No, Arsenal is not the club that developed the player.
They're not that.
Right? So directly. But Arsenal is not the club who developed the player directly. Right? But Arsenal bought the player at that age and sent him to be developed.
So question.
But
all right.
If he was at Arsenal, he wouldn't be getting the game time that he get when he went on loan.
All right, me agree with that. But let me ask you another. Let me ask you finally on that part of it, because I'm no pro, If that player was at the first parent club and then without Arsenal moving to Marseille, you think that player would have been the same player, Tom?
I doubt it, to be honest with you.
Why?
Because I don't know if it's the same level of football or the same caliber players that he was playing with. At his previous club, he would be playing with Marseille. He played with better quality Marseille.
But him leave the club, come push out a big centre half out time position. So it must be.
No, I'm talking about. We're talking about from the club is left.
No, man. If he was at Marseille, no. The club that Arsenal sent him on loan last. Because just the other day he came in the 2022-23 season. Am I right or am I wrong? That's why they come, right? Yes, so I'm saying if he was still playing at Marseille, no. Would he be playing this level excellent as how he's playing now at Arsenal?
Possible.
All right. So you see the point that I'm making. So I'm not saying that Arsenal doesn't develop players, but big man, you can't tell me say a club develop a player by sending him out on loan. The club did not develop that player. Big man, no matter what. Yes, it's a part of the plan. But the club, but I know them develop the player.
But then the club plan to develop. Sorry, maybe you still got the team where we from. The first team where Arsenal buying from a key, right? Maybe if Arsenal never take him from that club, then with the plan to let him stay at that club, then move him to our next club. He wouldn't be the same player he is now.
Yep. I want you to check the stats. Me go check it out, but me sure no say when he went to Marseille was interested in the player too. But I know that there's a strong French connection, Arsenal, France. I know that there's a strong connection. And I think it is coming from Wenger. But as me say, I just want to get to the point in terms of looking at the club that you said develop the player. That's just my little part of it. And again, I want to make myself clear that I am not saying that Arsenal doesn't develop players, because trust me, in Europe, the clubs that I follow, I will know, I think Arsenal is one of the clubs that really entrusts youth more than anybody else in this league.
We have money to spend like some of that. Only thing left for the money. They get contaminated.
All right, hold on. We have Cutty.
You know, Arsenal are coming in. Arsenal get a league this year for win. So make sure no win. Remember, Leicester just break out of the pack and just go. All right. So Arsenal get a league for win. So make sure that's how we have to cut it.
The difference with Arsenal break out of the pack like Leicester. Arsenal are big up.
Big club, you never Champions League name.
All right. All right. Gentlemen, I'm going to give you both 1 minute each to sum up your argument, because we have some callers waiting online. So one minute each.
The top four for the league is Arsenal, City, United, and Liverpool.
Okay, that's your top four. Go ahead, Cutty.
That is my top four.
My top four already,
Speak again.
Newcastle, City, Chelsea, and the leader. I'm not calling him.
No, you have to. There's no team as the leader.
He said Chelsea. What position Chelsea then? What position Chelsea? Cutty, I'm going to pick the same thing Chelsea and Chelsea top four. Tell me.
That now I'm not to do with you with Chelsea. Then I'm telling you, I'm going to give you the top four. Where you want to Chelsea then? Chelsea have played Premier League and Champions League.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for this discussion. I'll have to take you. I have to cut you off now. We have other people waiting for a call. So thanks very much. This was a very fruitful discussion. So thank you very much, Leo Face and the man they call Bap. Respect all the time. So Bap, we'll talk again. Continue to watch the show, as we move further. All right. So people, that was a discussion between Arsenal fan Leo Face and Chelsea fan, the man they call Cutty, because you know what happened? Cutty talk about the well-oiled machine from, the Chelsea standpoint. However, the machine seems to drop out of oil, or the leak bearing, or maybe, it leaked gasket. Not sure. Maybe water get into the oil, as what he's saying there. So, very fruitful discussion, people, and we continue. We have just about 10 minutes to the end of the show. So while we go, we take another call. Good night, Mr. Stewart. You're live on the Saudichress show. Welcome again, sir.
Hi, good night, man.
Good night.
Thanks for having me on the show again.
You're most welcome, man.
I was just listening to the argument regarding development of player, the Arsenal one that was being spoken of.
Yes.
Yes, probably Arsenal, by virtue of their decision to, send the player on loan, they were instrumental in the development of the player, whereas they were not directly involved in that being at their club, but by virtue of their action, their decision, they were instrumental in managing the players' development. So they are a part of the players' development.
I'm not saying they aren't, but they are not the club who developed the player. That's just my take.
Yes, and I thought that, yes, they're not the club who develop it, but they manage the development of the players. So they are part of the players' development by virtue of their decision to do that.
So would you say that parent club that they bought him first and he remained on loan, would you give rise to them playing a development role, a bigger development role than Arsenal?
I don't know. You see, I don't follow the league much. I don't know much about
not the league,
Premier League, so I don't know. But generally speaking, what can you just tell me what happened, what transpired?
Yes, on logics, I'm saying Arsenal bought the player from what's the name of this club again?
Whatever.
Yes, from a club in France.
Yes.
Saint, I don't remember, but some Saint club in French league. It may come at all later date. And when they bought him, they let him stay there for loan. On loan.
Okay.
Right?
On loan. Okay.
And then he was moved from that club a year later. A year later to Marseille, because I remember Marseille because Marseille left from Arsenal.
Yeah. So although all this time he was owned by Arsenal, but then
he was owned by Arsenal,
club,
but
the parent club, and then moved to Marseille, still on loan.
Still on loan.
Yeah.
So the question I'm asking now, sir, and what I alluded to, I'm gonna ask this question now on logics and reality. Would the parent club has a bigger emphasis on that development of the player than Arsenal? Would they play a bigger role in the development than Arsenal?
Yes, I would think so.
Okay. What would Marseille also play a bigger role in the development of the player than Arsenal?
Unless Arsenal was like giving directive as to what the player or how the player was managed, was coached. No. Unless Arsenal behind the scene, if Arsenal was not like in dialogue, sometimes you have a player and you will say, okay, manage the player, because sometimes behind the scene, the owner of the player, Arsenal in this case, would give directive to these clubs who the player is on loan with, to play the player this way or that way. Unless they did that, then you would say these clubs have a greater role in the players' development than Arsenal.
And what I will say to you, sir, the only agreement when you say that player on loan, what I know of, maybe there's any, and I do my own thing, is that they are asked to play them a certain percentage of time, if not all. Because that's what they want, is to get game time. Away from that, you can't dictate to the club. Right. You can't dictate to the club how they play, because every club have them system. Every club have them way of playing. Every club want to win. You understand? So you don't dictate that. I think the only thing in the agreement is just to ask that the club, this player get X amount of playing time, because that's what the whole purpose of the loan in that aspect is all about. So that is the reason why I said that if you're going to talk about development, and I use the fact because he mentioned that Chelsea is doing what Arsenal does by developing players. I asked the question, if those players that Arsenal develop, are they the ones, how many of those developing players are presently starters on the Arsenal team that is doing so well? And I'm sure if you check it out, maybe about 25 or 30%.
You know what is ironic that we're discussing this Premier League, and Arsenal is one of the team that is spoken of, so much. Arsenal was my team when I used to watch the Premier League. When Wenger was there, say Arsenal was my team. Sanchez, this winger. Yes, Arsenal was my team. I had bought a shirt and I was a stand supporter for Arsenal, and over the years it has waned. I have not supported them until when I heard now that I'm not a Wagonist, but I heard that they are back on top again, and I hope that they remain. But they were there was the club that I supported a lot some years ago when Wenger was there.
Okay, very good, very good. Well, that's how it is, and as I said before, I actually crowned them champions already. Maybe I'm talking too soon, but really, I think Liverpool is the only team that has lead the Premier League by a margin at the end of the year and still lost. So I don't think Arsenal is so careless. So, and the way they are playing good. They deserve the points, they deserve the position. And I believe they will continue to do so, because the thing about it, I'm expecting them to drop points, but other teams will drop points too, as you'll see. Look at Man City the other day, even though they came back and won against Chelsea. A very good win, I believe. But,
sorry, I came on late. I came on late, and I was not directly or consistently, following the program, your channel. But what is the situation with? I am not privy to a lot of information because I wasn't there to see what or hear what happened earlier in their show. But what is the situation with Mr. the ISSA?
Wellington.
What is he's not able to?
I had him on earlier, to the start of the show, but we had some audio issue.
Oh, okay.
Right. So we tried. We were, I just couldn't get it sorted out. I don't know what happened. So it was working up to the time. I don't know what happened when he came on. I was hearing him. He was unable to hear me. So what we did, he was trying. He had another meeting. As a matter of fact, he was with some coaches and scouts from overseas, actually involved in scouting now. So I'm sure he's not gone to bed yet, but it's late now. He promised that he'd try back at about 10:15. I tried to contact him, but I guess he was busy. But he's open to come back on as soon as Monday. So we'll have him on Monday.
I'm looking forward.
I'll reschedule. Yes, he's willing and open to come on, so he will be back on Monday. Hopefully all is well.
Okay.
And based on what I gathered now, I think there's a particular system that I may not have to use, a reboot and everything. But he's off, so I don't know if the entire thing has sorted out because he's not in. But I will do my endeavor best to make sure everything works good for Monday. So we'll have him. Hopefully that you all will rejoin. And please, sir, as you mentioned that, I'm gonna say it just now, people, I do understand it was my fault for the late start tonight, but we must join as early as possible, because based on what is happening now, hopefully that he will be able to give us 1 hour on Monday. So, the earlier the better.
My situation regarding the show, it's sometimes coincides with my work. So sometimes I may get break at that time, and I'm able to,
but Mr. Stewart,
maybe 15 minutes or 20 minutes.
I know that once you get a chance, you will join us and you will give you your piece. So we're looking forward, and we do understand the time constraint.
Okay, man. I will listen, but back in the chat. I will go back in the chat and listen. If needs be, I will ask. Try and get you on if I want to make a point
No
or so.
problem, no problem.
Okay.
All
so
right.
I'll end this now.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much,
You're
Mr.
welcome.
Stewart. Yes. All right, so people, we had a few chats. Very heated discussion surrounds the Premier League leaders and the mid-table team that was just discussed. We want to really look, see if we can capitalize on some chats that we have missed so far. So Dallas, you're saying that tell Bob to go in bed. I think him gone now, If him not gone, he will say something in the chat. And you Smalling, big guy knows that Gibbs. I know there's and will always be bias in the football. Yes, we know that. But my view is if 6 players from Edwin Allen are the best League Cup players in their position, I don't have any problem with all 6 being called. Very good. Can't say it any better. AKA knows. Can't say it any better. All right. So Terry, give me a little drawback here, as he's saying. Man City is only 5 points behind. Arsenal fans, don't start celebrating. The title is just mid-season. A long way to go. A very, very long way. And right now, people, the only reason I will say I want Arsenal to continue win because I call them champion. So hopefully my prediction is that. Right now, my top 4 selection right now, and what I will be selecting is not for the end of the season, but I see Arsenal, Man City, Man United for the top 3. Somehow I don't believe Newcastle will have the legs to carry right through. They are looking good. And I will come again to make that prediction. But I will leave that top 4 position between or among Newcastle, Tottenham, and Liverpool. And even though, Liverpool I still believe Liverpool is in touching distance of the top 4. They are in touching distance. Tottenham is in touching distance. But somehow, and if you notice for the past couple of years, some teams always end up looking good 3rd, 4th, and end up 6th in the league. I think Newcastle will miss out on the top 4 this season. That's just me. All right? So later on, I'll make my final prediction. But one thing for sure, it will be another nail-biting finish for this year top 4 or this year competition. And also, people just love watch top 4, but I like the competitive nature from the bottom 3. Sometimes, it goes on, and you may see after 25 games, those 3 at the lower end of the league tend to swap position sometimes. So 20 go 18, 18 go 20, 19 go, and all of that. So let's see what happens. That like a tug of war thing, and the last couple of games that always play that very important shot, for team to finish in the places. You will see when it comes alive, people. So that's it. So we are coming to the end of the show. So we really, before we go any further, I want to take the time out to big up our sponsors. I have not really big them up per se, but if you notice, they have been advertised at the end of the lower end of your screen. So let me take the time out to big up PIBA, the Past Edwin Allen Ballers Association. And persons like Gibbs, you need to join PIBA very, very soon. And for those of you who have not yet joined, I will say come on board. So PIBA, we also want to big up Toad and Nose Heating and Cooling System, coming out of New York, people. Dallas Harris Fine Cut Barbering, that coming out of California. Dallas Harris is our own PIBA chairman, people. Taste of the Island Restaurant, coming out of St. Petersburg, managed and owned by Leo Packer Anderson. Solid Rock Block Factory, coming out of Maypen, managed and owned by the man they call Wazim Thomas, bro. Deja Vu Retro Party, the party style that run things, managed by Chris, Bobby, yes. Satisfaction Entertainment and Electronics, coming out of Saudichress, managed by Mr. Stewart. Juki's Shipping, coming out of New York, Michael Latti. Adiz VIP Services, that is managed also by Damian Hayes, coming out of Colorado. We also want to pick up Gregory Messam, part sponsors, and also Basil or Conway Basil Gale, coming out of New York, people. So we also have these sponsors, and I want to say thank you very much for continuing to helping the Saudichress show. Continue to assist in whatever way you can, and we have space for other sponsors, as we said that, you know, some sponsors will in a little while be diverted to some shows and also some streams, because remember, Saudichress YouTube channel, it's all about sports, entertainment and education. And remember, people, don't forget that next Wednesday, starting next Wednesday, we'll have an education show. So after next Wednesday and every Wednesday, you will have a show as it relates to education. And when I say education, not just about classrooms, people, but we still goes back to entertainment and education, but more so on an educational aspect. So you know, once you have education, you will be entertained and you will be informed. More so, you will get sports from our education, because you know what, people, in Jamaica, maybe in the world, most of our sports activists, fanatics, administrators are educators, people. So that's how the Saudichress show will set up, and the Wednesday show will have a different time per se. So by now on Wednesday, you will get your Wednesday show time and so on. So people, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much for staying the entire role, the entire play, the entire period for this episode of the Saudichress show. Again, I do apologize for the absence of our guest that we should have, Mr. Keith Wellington, but we have some technical glitches earlier on, and so hopefully all is well. We'll have him on Monday, and so look forward to see you then, and have yourself a wonderful night. Until then, I see you on Monday.